What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. We are here for a special episode of Stassi Schroeder's new book, You Can't Have It All, where she did an Amazon Live Q&A for everybody about the new book, and it was absolutely incredible. So I wanted to make sure you guys got to see it, as well as get you all very much interested in this book, because I know I'm interested in the book, and I want to start doing some member-only lives where we go over a chapter or maybe two each week, where we come together, talk about the chapter, what we thought about it, and so much more. If this is something that you're interested in, let me know down below, because I'm just trying to figure out if you guys would like something like this. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and how great would it be if we did this together, especially with Stassi's new book. Alright guys, let's not waste any time. Make sure to like this video. It helps support my channel so much, and I appreciate it so very much. And subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Alright, let's get into it.
Hi everyone, it's Stassi Schroeder, and welcome to my very first Amazon Live. I'm so excited because my new book, You Can't Have It All, The Basic Beat Guide to Taking the Pressure Off, is officially available on Amazon, and you can shop it right now by clicking in the carousel. Today, I'm going to get into why I wanted to write this book, the inspiration behind it, and so much more. Remember, we are live, so if you have a question for me, make sure to add it to the chat, and I'll try and answer as many as I can. Okay, let's get into why I wanted to write this book. I wrote this selfishly, kind of for myself. I have this thing where I write about what I'm going through, and I realized, especially after having two kids, that I was constantly just always feeling like I had to do more, I had to work more, I had to achieve more, I had to work out more, I had to buy more things, I had to do more for my kids, and I was just so burnt out that I'm like, we can't have it all. Like, something's always suffering. And so that is where the idea came from. It just made me feel better to like get it out on paper, and that's why I wanted to write it. You know what? I wrote it for myself so I could like teach myself to just relax, to take the pressure off, but also hopefully people reading it could realize the same and relate. So a lot of you might wonder how this book differs from my first two books, okay? The first book, Next Level Basic, was all about like embracing your authenticity, the things that you love, like embrace being a basic bee, you know? The second one, Off With My Head, was how to, well, I wrote about, you know, a time in my life where I felt like I was, you know, at my own personal rock bottom, and I wanted to write about that. And so this one is more, I feel like this one's more nuanced. It's like, there's a lot more to it. It's way less surface level than Next Level Basic, and it's less serious than Off With My Head, but there's just so much more to it. I feel like it covers so many more bases, and it's just like an insight into my soul, an insight into my dark soul, you know? The inspiration behind this book was, again, myself and feeling overwhelmed all the time. And there were so many moments where I spent like talking to a random like mom on a play date, or just my friends, or, you know, just like other women in general. And we were all just like sharing these conversations about how we just felt like we had to do it all the time. We had to operate at 100% in every single category of our lives at all times. And it just like felt so impossible. So that's where my inspiration came from.
So Stassi, Len is asking in the live chat, how does it feel to have the book out?
Oh my God, you have no idea. When you write a book, it's like you're releasing so much to the world, and then you're hiding it because it's not published yet. And so you have like all of this that you want to say to people, and you've said it, but you have to wait months and months and months and months for it to come out. So now it just feels like a huge weight is lifted. Like a huge weight is lifted.
And then Melly was asking, what is your favorite chapter in the book?
I think my favorite chapter is the girl failure chapter, because I think that when people hear the word failure, it's like scary or sad or depressing. And I think that failing is it's an opportunity to be something new, do something new. Like you really, like the options are endless. And so I think failure is good for all of us. And that chapter is my favorite, yeah.
And Chris asks, did Bo read it?
Wait, Bo hasn't read it yet, real talk. We've been busy. Like, I just got back from Europe. So, like, we've hardcore been busy. So, no, he didn't read it yet.
And then you can go to your other questions that you were asking. A lot of people ask you what the most surprising thing.
I answered
that.
This, if we could go past my favorite chapter, I just answered that one. Yeah. A lot of people are asking what the most surprising thing is you'll learn about me. Oh my gosh. Okay. You know, not to bring down the vibe, not to bring down the energy, but I talk a lot about my struggles with mental health over the last, since I was like 18 years old, and things that I've gone through. And I don't think like I've really talked about that at length ever. So that should shock a few people. Yeah. My message for anyone who still wants to have it all is like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to have it all? Because I think the ticket is really like having it all just like at different moments in time. You can't have it all at the same time. Sometimes you're gonna be a really good, friend. Sometimes you're gonna be really good at your career. Sometimes you're gonna be a really good mom or not. Sometimes you're gonna go through like a party phase where you're like, wow, I'm really killing it at this like social life thing. But everything all at once is just kind of impossible. And honestly, it feels really good when you just like let go of the idea of having it all at the same time, because it kind of just like lets you feel free and less stressed.
And Jessica asks, what was the inspiration behind the cover photo?
Okay, so like my whole house. The inspiration was like, okay, how do I show on a dress that my life is so chaotic and I'm overwhelmed just like everybody else is? And so I wanted to like have this dress that just showed every aspect of like the things that, as women we're supposed to be on top of, like little workout things. It's like we're always supposed to be working out, a frying pan for cooking. We're supposed to be cooking our kids like really good meals, makeup because we're always supposed to look good, my kids' toys, just like all of the things.
And Caitlin says, do you mention any of your past co-stars in the book, or do you try to stay away from that?
Yes, I do mention them. They're not a huge focus at all. It's not that I try and stay away from them, because they were a big part of my life for so many years. When they're relevant to the story that I'm telling, they're mentioned in my book.
And Lee asks, do you want any more kids?
I struggle with that all the time. So like right now, in this very moment, no, I like couldn't imagine. Like I am so overwhelmed with a 3.5-year-old and a 1-year-old. And Bo and I just got to the place where it's like, okay, we can travel with them, and traveling is so important to us that I couldn't imagine a third. But also never say never. Ask me again in 4 years. I'm waiting to get another breast reduction and breast lift until I'm like absolutely sure,
And Jerica asks, what are your hacks to make your life easier so you can balance mom life and all of your projects?
Oh, just like, I don't think that it's a hack. It's like literally just practicing to like not give an SHIT in certain situations, and realizing that you're like never gonna be great at everything. Sometimes you just have to just take in the fact that you're like, oh, I'm not gonna be good at this today. And that's okay. Am I allowed to say S-H-I-T? Maybe not.
Like that.
Okay.
And we have some live fan video questions that your fans sent in. So our first one is from Daniela S.
Okay. Am I reading it?
Hey Stassi, I'm Daniela and I'm such a huge fan. And my question for you is, how do you juggle it all? You run a business, you're a mom, you're a wife. Please give me your secrets.
Okay, so I don't, which is the point of this. Like, I would say that, like, I'm not the best wife right now. Like, Beau probably needs me a lot more because I'm working so much and focused on my kids. But then there are times when, like, I feel like I'm a better wife and, you know, I'm struggling with other things. I also just, like, I ask for help. There's that. Like, and I delegate a lot. Delegating is, like, my favorite thing to do, to be honest. Delegating is really what's up.
And we have another video question that you'll listen in on from Juliana L. and Jessica G.
Hey Stassi, can't wait to see you back on our TV screen soon. What was your biggest lesson you took away from your years on VPR? And how has your time away changed your approach for your new docuseries, Stassi Says? Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. Biggest lesson I took away from Vanderpump Rules is that being yourself and really, like, living in your truth, your authenticity, there's, like, no greater power than that. Like, I truly believe that. I watched people on the show pretend to be something else, or just, like, it doesn't ever hit. It's like, the more you're yourself, the more people can relate to you, and I just think that there's a power in that. In terms of the next question, when I can talk more about it, I will let you know.
Okay, great. And your last video question is from Jessica W.
Hi, Stassi, big fan. I want to know what has surprised you most as being a mother.
Oh my gosh. Almost everything has surprised me when it comes to being a mom. I think it's just, maybe this is dumb to say, but there is literally no break for the rest of your life. Even when someone is watching your kids, even when you're on vacation away from them, it's still not a break because you are still thinking about them 24/7. You're still worrying about them 24/7. It just, there is no end to it. You can't just not be a mom and not care. Like, that was, like, the biggest surprise. I don't know. I don't know why I thought I'd be able to just, like, do a staycation with my husband and be like, I'm fine. I'm not thinking about them. Nope. I think we talk about them while we're on our staycation. Yeah.
And we actually have some people who wrote in questions via Instagram. An Amazon customer asked, what is your advice to people who are planning their wedding, and what should be their biggest splurges?
Okay. I have, like, so much advice, which I do, like, I write about in the book, so you should buy it and read it. I, like, actually love giving wedding advice. I could be here actually for, like, another hour if we did wedding advice. I'll start with this. Be as selfish as you want, because this is your day. It's not your family's day. It's not your friend's day. It's you and your partner's day. And if there's, like, a cousin who's not getting along with somebody else, like, don't invite them. It doesn't matter what your family and your friends think. Like, this is about you, and your partner, so be selfish. That would be, like, my number one thing. My second is, like, small weddings rock, okay? I had the time of my life. It was the best day of our lives, and we only had, like, 30 people. And it just made it so intimate, so fun. We weren't worried about having to go up and say hi to Aunt Susie or whatever and make conversation, be like, thank you so much for coming. No, it was just one big Italian party.
And another Amazon customer asked via social, have you been watching The Valley, and would you ever join?
I love The Valley. I watch every episode. No, absolutely not.
And Emily says, thank you for talking about mental health. I didn't know that you struggled with self-harm at one point. Thanks for making me feel less alone. When you wrote your last book, I know you wrote most of it in Hartford's nursery. Did you write this one in Messer's nursery?
Oh, that would have been so cute. And you know what? I wish I could lie and say that I did. No, I didn't. I wrote it down in my podcast studio for the most part, actually. But yeah, that was good times writing it in Hartford's nursery. Yeah.
And Mary asks, in those rare moments that you get time for yourself, what is your favorite thing to do?
Watch a period piece. Hardcore. Literally just watch a historical drama. I just want to zone out and watch something about, I don't know, the Renaissance or like, the Gilded Age and not look at my phone. Like, that's me time.
Everyone's saying you look amazing. You've helped them so much.
I've been up since 5 a.m. So like, I really appreciate that, you guys. I've had 4.5 hours of sleep. My flight got in so late last night. I don't even know how I'm still functioning right now. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
And Kendra asks, I'm pregnant with my first child. What advice would you give for a first-time mom?
Oh my gosh. First of all, congratulations. That is so exciting. Gosh, what advice would I give for a first-time mom? Don't listen to all the people who are like, get your sleep in now. You're never gonna get it again. It's like, stop. Don't listen to I used to hate when people said that. You will eventually get sleep. Will you get time where you don't ever think about your kids again? No, but you'll get sleep. You'll be able to sleep again. It's gonna be okay.
And Beth asks, are you hanging in there with mom guilt on this trip? I remember how that feels.
No, like SOS, send help. I FaceTimed my kids 3 times already today, and it breaks my heart, but I'm a masochist, so I have to keep torturing myself by continuing to FaceTime them as much as possible. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough out there.
An Amazon customer asks, are you going on a book tour? And if so, what cities are you visiting?
I am here right now. New York, New Jersey, St. Louis, Naperville, which is by Chicago, Boston, New Orleans, Los Angeles.
Okay, SP asks, what advice would you give to women who want to have a family but are struggling to find their partner?
Oh, okay, this might not be what you want to hear, but it really does take a village to raise kids. It's so hard. I have a partner who does 50% of the work, and I have help, and it is still so hard. So just know, maybe you have family around that can help. Then go do your thing. Get pregnant. Do what you want to do. Just make sure you have family or someone to help you, because one person raising a baby, it's really difficult. It's difficult. You can't even go to the bathroom alone. I'm not joking.
And, okay, I just lost this question, but, okay, Len asks, what's your advice for women who still want to have it all?
I answered that one earlier.
Okay, well, that seems to be a popular question. Okay, this one. Sarah asks, Stassi, can't wait to meet you in Naperville on Friday for your book tour. What is your favorite food to eat while you're traveling?
Oh, you can never go wrong with pizza. Pizza and ranch all day, every day. You'd think I'd be sick of it since I just got back from Europe, but no, I could eat pizza all day.
And Chris is asking, where and when in New Jersey?
We're at Bookends in New Jersey. I don't know the exact street, but Bookends. Oh, tomorrow. Wow, this is a whole thing. I wish I could just turn this Amazon Live on everyone here to be I don't think everyone realizes just how much goes into it.
An Amazon customer asks, how are your kids' personalities different from each other?
Okay. Hartford, I say this about Hartford. She is everything that I've done wrong in the past, she's my punishment. Everything I've done right in the past, she's my reward. She's equal parts the most amazing, special, loving, just big personality kid, but at the same time, she tortures me. She is a daddy's girl. She's hard on me, And it's, you know, she has her opinions. She knows when she doesn't want to do something, she will tantrum for an hour straight. You never know what you're going to get with her. She's temperamental. Messer, on the other hand, is a sweet baby cherub angel boy, and he's just so sweet and affectionate and loving. However, I've noticed recently, in the last like month or so, that he's starting to get, I don't know, like he will, when he wants something, literally he'll bang his hand, or he'll look at you defiantly, like he's trying to tell you, like, I'm seeing him get that part of his personality. Also, it's so cute because, like, when you tell him no, he just goes like this. So he's like a little bit of a whiny baby.
Kim said you have to try Prince Street Pizza in New York.
Okay, yes.
And speaking of New York, are you able to do anything fun while you're here?
No, I'm not. No, literally, no one gave me any time in my schedule. Not one hour. It's kind of wild.
And Lee says, any fun trips coming up? Minus, of course, your book tour.
I don't want to go on a trip for a very long time after this. I am so ready to be at home and enter this, like, the months where I shine the most, which is October through December. You know, Halloween, that's when I blossom. Then it goes into Christmas, and then it's just like, yeah, like, I want to be at home for a little bit.
Len asks, any fashion trends you are loving right now and any that you want to see go?
Ones that I want to see go, those like netted jellies. What? Like, they don't elongate the leg. They make it look like shorter. I just like I'm not into like the like netted jellies. Trends that like I really love. You know, I don't even know what's trendy right now. I need to get back on TikTok. I haven't been on TikTok. I don't know what's trendy right now. I think suede is, but suede's trendy every fall, right?
Amanda says, cannot wait to get your book. I pre-ordered it. It should be at my house tomorrow. And Len says, who are your favorite people to follow on Instagram?
Oh, Morgan Stewart's like legit like my favorite person to follow. I feel like she just like covers all the bases, like every category. It's like fashion, family, travel, beauty. So it's like she's funny. So I just like get all of the things. I'd say she's my favorite.
And hope I'm saying her name right. I think it's Sarah. Outfit of the day vibes for book tour? ? Can't wait to meet you in LA.
Oh, like what are the outfit vibes for the book tour? Dress to where you feel like you're your best self. If that means you have to come in athleisure, I'll forgive you, okay? I just want you to feel like your best self when we get to meet and take a photo together, you know?
And Caitlin says, do you have Halloween costumes already picked out for the kiddos? Of course you do.
No, guess what? I thought of one, a family one, because I take Halloween really seriously. Like, I fully commit, and I like scary things, but still hot. Sorry, like I still have to, like, my face has to look pretty. And the only thing that we could come up with was bubonic plague.
Okay, and Beth says, are you still thinking of moving from your house for a one-story?
For a
To a one-story? To a one-story?
I think 2 1.
To a one-story. Did you mention? You never said that? Are you thinking about moving?
I think we eventually need a house that's a little more kid-friendly. But I love my house so much that I will be devastated. Like, it will devastate me.
And Jessica says, yes, outfit of the day vibes for this tour are what? ?
But I just answered that.
Everyone's curious what you're going to wear.
Oh, I mean, I can explain what I'm going to wear. I am turning it up. First of all, this number, vintage Christian Dior. Are you kidding me? Tonight, I've got this vintage Vivienne Westwood, like, oh my gosh, lots of vintage stuff. I brought a lot of flats. I brought a lot of loafers. I brought, I'm like, I want to be comfortable a lot of the time. So, but the vibe is vintage, actually, for the most part.
Okay, and Gabby says, so now that you have a new book out, will there be a podcast tour in the future?
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's been a year and a half since I did one. Time for the next.
Okay, and Len says, what is the overall message for the book?
The overall message, there's a lot of them, but I would just say, like, it's to give yourself grace. It really is to give yourself grace. We are all stressing about the same things. So, like, if you just, like, think about that for a second, why? Why are we all collectively stressing about the same things? Why do we have to be that way? So give yourself grace.
Okay, Gloria says, I'll be going to see you in LA. Pizza is my favorite too. What is your go-to, like, place or toppings?
So, like, I'm probably gonna disappoint a lot of people right now, but I just love ordering Fresh Brothers. Like, it's a chain, but it's so delicious. And just pepperoni and, like, maybe some jalapenos, like, that's kind of all I need.
Beth asks, are you a Harry Potter fan?
Oh, of the movies, yes. I can't, like, Bo's, like, a bigger Harry Potter fan because he's read all of the books over and over, but I'm a Harry Potter fan of the movies. And just, like, the world, the wizarding world, and Hogwarts, and all of it. I'm a Ravenclaw, just FYI.
And Melly asks, does this book apply or help people without kids?
100%. There's only a couple chapters about being a mom, I swear. Like, there's chapters about, friendships, about social media, about mental health, about girl failing, about girl bossing. For the people who aren't moms, there's a lot. Yeah.
And Michelle asks, what is your favorite period piece?
Don't make me choose.
Pick one.
Chris asks, you gotta pick one.
I don't know. Like, TV show or movie? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You go, I think if I really had to make a choice, Downton Abbey. I don't think there's anything as well made as Downton Abbey. Like, nothing will ever, you just, like, can't top that. Movie? I love The Duchess. I love Marie Antoinette. Oh, I think I'll just stay with those two right now because if I could go farther in this, like, I just, like, won't stop. I could just, like, give out a really long list. I know that, like, when I'm done with this Amazon Live, I'm gonna be like, but that one, and that one, and that one. So, cool.
Okay, so Chris asks, what is your favorite book?
My favorite book? Well, growing up, it was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Then, in my early 20s, it was The Great Gatsby. And now, I feel like my favorite book that I've read was, what it's called, The Social Graces. It's, like, about the turn of the century. I really, really liked that one. I think by Daisy Goodwin.
And Sarah asks, what are some of your favorite TV shows that you're watching right now?
Right now? Well, I just finished The Perfect Couple, which was so crazy because she goes on a book tour in the show, and I just, like, thought that was kind of just like, that's weird. I'm on a plane going to my book tour. It was so good. That show was fantastic. 10 out of 10.
And Lee asks, what advice would you give to your 24-year-old self?
Oh my God, so many things. So many things. If I were to give myself the advice, though, because it's like, I wish I could go back and be like, you're going to get everything you want. But then, would I do all of the things and make the mistakes that brought me here? Sometimes it's like, maybe you shouldn't go back and give yourself advice. Not that we all time travel or anything. Not that that was an option, but you know what I'm saying?
Julie asks, what's your favorite part about releasing a book?
Probably the book tour, because I get to meet everyone, and they, like, every time, like, I meet someone, they have something to say that makes me feel like I, like, had a connection with something that I wrote with them. It just like I didn't do this all for nothing.
So everyone's saying they can't wait to read the book. They love seeing you on Amazon Live. You have to come back and do an OOTD stream.
Fun.
But you have so many questions. We're out of time.
Wow.
You can wrap it up.
Okay, you guys, that was fun. Don't forget to check out You Can't Have It All, the basic B guide to taking the pressure off. It's available in the carousel today. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to think of the book, so I will, let me know. DM me, comment, and I will see you next time.
Well, what did you guys think of Stassi's first Amazon Live? I do hope she does more of these. I think now that she went to the Amazon studios, they got her to do this, that they can maybe convince her to do some actual Amazon Lives where she can give all of the wonderful fashion advice, which she has been killing it on her book tour. I will say that. She talked about her outfits that she would be wearing, and we have photos for you guys. And all of these outfits have been very vintage and very good looking, and she has been nailing it. One of the main questions, though, was, are you going to talk about past cast members? And she said if they're relevant to that story or that portion of the chapter that she's talking about, she has named some cast members in this book. Now, the inspiration for her cover, she said it was her whole house. She wanted a dress that literally showed chaos in all aspects of her life. So if we take a look at this picture, which is the back cover of the book, we can kind of see the dress a little better. It has baby shoes, it has Barbies, baby dolls, a spatula, frying pan, makeup palettes, a blow dryer, a wooden spoon, a cleaning brush, all types of things. And it also reads, it's not enough to be nailing it in your career. Your relationship better be flawless, your house essentially pleasing, and your kids should already be on the 2-year waiting list for pre-K. You also better be sweating through Pilates by mid-morning and cooking balanced organic meals for your family by sunset. Seriously, all of this pleasure to have it all? It's exhausting. And I'm not sure if it's the only way ticket to happiness that we thought it was. Because the word of Queen Kris Jenner, you're doing amazing, sweetie. I'm definitely excited to get this book and read it, and the more I heard about it, the more I want to read it with you guys or go over it with you guys. She said that this book is about friends, social media, momming, girl bossing, everything and more. Which also, I don't know if you guys heard that question about her being on the Valley. So all those people that were wondering if Stassi's going to be on the Valley, she said she loves to watch the Valley, but she would never join the cast. So let's just make sure everybody heard that. I mean, as I always said before too, never say never because you never know. But when Stassi says no to something, usually she sticks to that. Where maybe I could see other people saying that and then doing it. She said never, though, and I hope she sticks to that because I feel like she has much more to offer. She could have a show all by herself, and I wish her all the best because I feel like she could kick ass doing something with her, Bo, and the kids. She also said, too, that, right now, if you asked her if she's going to have any more kids, she is saying hell to the no, no, no. Also, Bo hasn't read this book. Bo, you better get on top of that. You have the kids right now, and she's on her little book tour. Surprise her. Read that book. I mean, you might find out some juicy details in there. It seemed like she had a lot that she put into this, especially talking about her mental health journey. I know that is something that a lot of people, especially like with Rachel going to the facility, I feel like she thinks like she's the only one that's had mental health problems this whole time. Girl, no, everybody has. People just have not talked about it. We knew that Ariana always struggled with mental health issues. She said it. She just maybe didn't express exactly what she was feeling. She expressed, though, that she had issues. We are learning now that Stassi had issues and her journey with the mental health and all of that since she was 18, she said. So that was before the show even started. Then doing the show and all of that on top of it. That's going to be a very interesting portion of this book that I definitely can't wait to read. I also found it interesting that if she could tell herself something about like that's a different question. Her biggest lesson that she learned from VPR was just being yourself and just living your authentic life, being true to who you are. That is your greatest power. And I couldn't agree more. Like, the more that you're yourself, the more that you relate to people. And that's something that I've always loved about Stassi. And you can kind of tell where, like, some people were being a little bit fake for the camera and some weren't. And it's obvious to see, especially with a show like Vanderpump Rules. Stassi was always above and beyond, but she was always herself. And, like, the more we don't see her on camera, the more people see this is who she's always been. And she has such a unique character about her that you can't take that away from her. She's awesome. But the other question that I got confused with was advice to your 24-year-old self. Like, what would you tell your 24-year-old self? And she said, I don't know if I would give myself advice, because if you're going to give yourself advice about, like, what you've done wrong and all of that, like, then she never would have gone through what she's been through and learned from those mistakes to be where she is today. And I completely agree there in so many ways. Like, I've gotten this question before, just like doing interviews and things like that. And I would never take back the lessons that I've learned, though I would tell myself, like, everything's going to be okay in the end. Just know that times are going to get hard. Like, that's something I would tell myself. But the lessons that I've learned throughout my life has made me who I am as a person, and I would never want to take that away by going back and, like, a time machine kind of thing and just telling myself, don't fuck up here, don't do this, don't do that. Like, we all learn from our mistakes. And that was a great point that she also made out, saying, like, failure is okay, and we need to be okay with the word failure, because with failure comes growth, comes learning, comes you being able to do better for yourself or better for that situation. And I couldn't agree more. Like, I can totally relate to, like, a lot of what she was talking about in this book, and I cannot wait to read it. And I'm not a person that likes to read books, but, like, some books, once you pick it up, you just can't put it down. I have a feeling this book is going to be one of them. And I totally looked up to see where she was going to be, because she said she was in New York 3 days ago, and I live not that far away from New York, an hour and a half away from New York City. And Boston, I'm only like an hour and a half away from Boston. Unfortunately, though, she will be at someplace in Boston on the 16th, which today's the 14th. So if I could somehow get there to see her, the tickets are only $32. It's not a bad deal at all, because you get the book as well with her signing it and a meet and greet with her, like, to take a photo by a professional too. You don't even have to take the photo. They take it for you, kind of a thing. If I could do it, I totally will. So it's something I'm considering. The tickets are still available. If you're in the Boston area, DM me, honey, or email me. I will give you all the information, or you can just check it out on her website or even her IG, which I will link down below for you guys. But I was also happy to hear that she will be doing another podcast tour in the future, which I would totally be more down for that because her podcast is something I always listen to. It's one of my faves, and it's something that I've considered bringing here to the channel because I just totally love her podcast. If that's something that you guys want, let me know. Like I said to you guys, whatever podcast that you guys enjoy or want to hear my commentary to, let me know down below. I'd be happy to try out a new episode, see if everybody else likes it too, and just go from there, because there are just so many people that have podcasts and a lot of Bravo people, not to mention Vanderpump people. So we can do whatever we want here on this channel together, and I'm willing to do it with you guys. I want to know what you guys want so we can have fun together. And one other thing that I thought was really interesting that she was pointing out, that, I never thought of it this sense. She said, like, one of the question was, like, what were you surprised the most about being a mom? And she was like, that you get no breaks. Like, that you're never not a mom. That you'll never, like, not go a minute without caring or worrying or any of that. And, like, though, like, that's, like, an obvious thing that comes with the job territory, it is something that, like, even to this day, my mom worries about me, and I am 37 years old. So it's definitely something that, like, you definitely have to think about, especially bringing a life into this world. Not that I'm saying, like, you'll never, like, that's not something that people don't think about, but I didn't think of it in a perspective like that. Like, you'll never get a break. You'll never stop worrying. You'll never stop caring. Like, you will never get a break when you have a kid, kind of a thing. I mean, I never get a break as it is, worrying about my boyfriend, my cat, my grandmother, all of that stuff, my parents. So I get that feeling, but, like, bringing another life into this world, that is definitely something that you really need to be ready for. And I am ready for it. Though scared, I'm ready for it. But that's pretty much it for this Amazon Live. What do you guys think about her new book? Let me know down below. Do you guys want to see more Stassi Amazon Lives, especially, like, her picking out outfits from Amazon, jewelry, things like that? Listen, Lala does a great job with her Amazon Lives, but Stassi is, like, the go-to girl for fashion. We already all know that. And I am, in closing, going to show you some of her beautiful outfits of the day while being in New York and doing this little book tour that she's on. I hope you all have a great day, and I will be back very, very soon. Bye, everyone.
All right, I need to make sure I don't flash my vagina. Okay.
Day one. Round 3? Day 1. New York. I've had 4.5 hours of sleep. Not because I partied or anything, because our flight got in so late, and we had to be up at 5. We're gonna do the damn thing. This glam, I mean, so good. Incredible. Yeah. This Christian Dior vintage dream. Incredible. It's pub day. It's pub day. It's pub day. Good day, New York, down. New York Live, down. A million more things to go.
Block your ex on all platforms or stalk him on everything. Block him. I feel like it's really fun to stalk sometimes.
Hi, baby. Are you naked? No, I'm not naked. You look. Changed in the car. If you only knew what it took to get a last minute outfit. Where are you going? To the Pat Bow fashion show, and all the dresses that were sent didn't fit me. The one I really, really liked just wouldn't zip up. It wouldn't zip up. But we've made it. I don't have a bra on. I'm a survivor. It's now 6 p.m. We're going to the Strand for the book signing. This is actually what I've been looking forward to. This is gonna be fun. And we have friends with us. Yeah. Thank God for friends.
When you fail,
You have the opportunity to just like, I don't know, be anything that you want to be. Be the best version of yourself. I don't know, be the worst version of yourself. It doesn't fucking matter. You're like, oh, well shit. It doesn't matter if I rock the boat. The boat's gone. Right? So like, I like failing. Not in like, not in the moment.
Day 2. Oh my God, I thought I was tired yesterday. I'm like really tired today. Podcast today, like back-to-back podcasts. And then I'm going to New Jersey to Bookends to meet 1,000 people. I need a nap.
So excited.
I'm so excited, but I need a nap.
That looked like evil.
Well, I don't know, it just like felt right.
What?
Harvard, did you sleep well? What are you staring at? Oh. We are at Bookends in New Jersey. 3rd time. I belong here now. All these books. We're gonna time it. How many are there? 1,000, I think.
I have a timer going too.
Now I'm gonna just like, I'm not gonna wanna take a break.
Holy shit.
If I could have gotten it under 1 hour, how cool would that have been?
I think we should give her an hour.
60
I distracted you for at
I
least.
got 5:07 and I started.
We have to show off that shirt. Let me see your shirt. Thank you guys so much for everything.
Like, I don't have some great talents, you know, I don't write fiction. I just word vomit the fuck out of what my thoughts are and what I'm going through. And I realized a couple years ago.
It's been a night. We have pizza. We have wine, ranch, courtesy of the hotel who just like left that for me. Thank you. And tomorrow I get to go to New Orleans. I get to go home. I'm so excited. And then we go to Boston right after, which like I fucking love. I love being in Boston. But before that, we put out a podcast today, an episode, but we don't have a promo for it. So like no one would know, I guess. So go listen to it if you want. And if you read my book and you like it, please go and review it. Give it 5 stars. If you didn't like it, don't go and review it. Real talk. Like if you read it and you're like, not my thing, don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Only if it's good. Okay? Night, night.
Now, one more thing before we all go. I know that you saw those book tour diaries that she's been putting out. I hope you all enjoy those. And if she, of course, does any more, I will put them as shorts here on my channel. So stay tuned for more of those here. Have a great day, everybody.
She's so bad.